Find a new design for the smokeless fireplace? It works like a charm.
Hey peeps, Emma here. To celebrate hitting 6K on Steam, I will share the most useful builder tricks that I have learned and can no longer live without. Since yes, most of those hours I spent building. So let's dive in.
You just plop one of these around them. For that snap point, you want it to be just close enough to the brazier so you can just make a whole cube around it basically. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to take a couple of these. Yeah, that looks... I do like the design of this one, but it does not need to be these beams. Well, the most important part is coming. I'm going to remove these bottom ones because we technically don't need them. And this will be a way for you to refuel your brazier if needed. Now, the most important part is up here. Or, wait. Are you already smokeless? Yeah, it's already smokeless if you put those beams there. Oh, did we find a new design for the smokeless fireplace? I think we did.
If the decoration, not the item stand itself, but if the decoration you place on top of the item stand touches another structure, because in my case, for my solo run, it was a serpent trophy. And that serpent trophy was still touching like a roof upstairs. So the whole item stand that was like 2 meters away from that floor did not break. It had the same color as the building piece that the serpent trophy was still connected to. It was super crazy. It was weird. I don't understand this system really that much, but it was really cool. And this is kind of the same system. The brazier hangs above these two item stands. As you can see, they're kind of floating underneath it, but just because the bells are big enough, they still touch. The item stands are definitely a little bit wonky, but then you can have a bell hanging by a chain, and it works like a charm. It looks amazing, actually. It looks pretty awesome. And since what I built is in the swamps, it's just gonna rain on it anyway, so the brazier will be out. And I saw Miss Couch Potato build, like, something like this around. So it looks a bit like a well with a basket that's, like, hanging from it. Of course, we now have the bell. Boop, remove the bell. They can have like a little bucket or something like that, you know? And... ta-da! Problem solved! You know what? No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. No one knows. Ta-da! Problem solved! No one knows. You know what? This one looks like it's a little bit floating, so slightly... You know what? And I didn't really mind that other piece here. There we go. No one's gonna know. No one knows. You don't even see the difference in the walking or anything. I kind of like them. But I feel like I should maybe remove a couple if I'm gonna expand it. Okay, bushes, I'm sorry, you need to go. Pain in my heart.
Goodbyes to the bushes.
Okay, those can stay. You are just far enough. Because that's the thing, you gotta plan all of that stuff when you want bushes around your base. You gotta protect them from yourself.
You can't just replant them.
No, exactly. And I've had that happen before where people were like, do you play with mods? And I'm like, no, not like in this run. I have done like plant everything runs for sure. But there's also moments that I'm like, okay, these raspberries are in this shape. I'm deliberately gonna plan my build like so that it looks like the bushes were perfectly placed. Since the mountain is like the white flag, it's only logical that it gets a white light as a torch. Right? White light. Very nice. Ooh, and it's super easy to do, as you can see. But if you're ever interested in making something look a little bit more bright, or like you want to make
an area look like it's more modern, or for whatever reason you need a white light, there you go. And I once again want to mention the fact that you can always combine different torches together, like blue and with this one orange, put together, give this slightly more pinkish hue, as you can see on the wall. It's such a fun thing to do, combining torches with each other for different colors. Suddenly you have so many more options, right? So yeah.
There we go. So we're adding this kind of fake wall. Sadly, I do have like 3 on that side, so we're gonna need to go like so right here. And we're gonna do this, and that's basically gonna encapsulate all the smoke. And as long as the fires are high enough from where the smoke is created, should all be good. Fire should not go out. It's only when you do this too low to your fire that it's gonna go out. I'm just gonna fill this in. And then, you know, these little corners don't have smoke, and it doesn't feel like the smoke is all across your base. But honestly, if the roof is tall enough, like in this base, you can just leave that out as well.
Yeah.
Can I show you off my longhouse staff church to you? Ta-da! If you need inspiration, well, it's basically, you make a longhouse. Like, if you just cut it off right here, you make a longhouse. And if you're like, oh, that top part looks a little bit empty, then just break open like the middle section and add a little extra tiny longhouse on top of it, basically. And if you keep on doing that, the sun is kind of in our eyes. But it's basically the same thing. You build a longhouse, and then if you're like, oh, you know what, it's so much of the same, you just remove like the middle part of it, and you kind of imagine you adding just basically an extra little house on top. And you can create beautiful layers that way, like staff churches in Sweden and Norway. For which one should we go? I kind of like the wider spacing, so you can, you know, you can take in the fact that they're made out of core wood a little bit more. They walk the same way as a normal floor. But yeah, the small doors have these really nice extra snap points that they add. Like if I place one right here, you can see there's the middle snap point. That's usually the one that we all use. And then you have this one and this one. So the door, I like, every time I tell this to people, they are always like, oh my god, how didn't I know? Well, Valheim doesn't tell you, how dare it, of course. But it's like the best way. If you don't like freehanding snap points, I don't really like to do so. This is the way to do it. And core wood floors are like the best way. Like, the best way to make these core wood floors is with the small door. 00F. Dark blue, nice. Then we've got hall door, what, maybe like light blue. 0FF. There we go. How about ocean? We do fuchsia. Let's do F0F. There we go. Beautiful. And then we've got the last one, which is red, of course. F00, I think it is. Yeah, there it is. So really, really short ways to get all of these awesome colors, and you can go even wilder. You can just search in Google hex code for colors, and you can basically get every single color you would ever like in Valheim on your sign. My preference is like these really bright ones because you can see them really well, but like white is by far my favorite one. It's bam, it's super easy. They are super easy to make, and once you get started with them, you're gonna get a hang of the design very quickly. So I'm just gonna add this, so we're gonna add that. I'm gonna add all of these little pillars. Do I add one over there as well? Yeah, sure. There. Just gonna make sure that all of the floor is the same height here.
And there we go. And now I'm gonna place a couple of storage chests into these little slots. Bottom one might just be a little bit lower than the rest of them, but that's okay. This base is mostly functionality anyways. You can place items on land, like ships. Like, longship, or the raft, or the carve. You can place all of these on land, but you need to press shift. Oh, am I inside of the inner circle? Hehe. There we go. No. Sometimes it even already colors in, but yeah, if you press shift, like burr, 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 burr. Oh, Windows like, oh, you're pressing that key multiple times. But yeah, no, if you press shift, bloop, you can place the ship right on land or on the roof, like Expert did. So if you want to build something that's like a ship sanctuary or something like that, you can quite easily do so by pressing your shift key and doing it like that.
Can you help me check if the like button still works? And if you're interested in checking out more potato content, you should totally drink some water. And never forget, you're absolutely amazing. Daggy.